we continue to get reaction on the news of Gordhan's passing. We are joined on the line by the ANC's Head of Policy and Research, Fébé Potgieter-Gqubule. Thank you so very, very much for talking to us this morning. I can imagine that this news taking everybody by shock this morning. Perhaps you want to give us your reaction to hearing it.
Good morning. The ANC certainly is deeply saddened by the passing of Comrade Pravin Gordhan. He was a veteran of our struggle, serving in a whole range of different capacities in the mass democratic movement, the United Democratic Front, in Umkhonto we Sizwe, in the ANC underground. And after 1994, he held a whole range of different responsibilities, which shows the mettle of the man in the sense of his dedication to service to the people, his intellect, his capacity to be able to, in whatever position he occupied, to serve the people. He played a leading role in the drafting of our constitution, in building up our South African revenue services into a world-class institution, and in the different portfolios that he served in, from local government to public enterprises to Minister of Finance. He played a pivotal role and left his mark. And the ANC certainly want to again extend its heartfelt condolences to the family, to his loved ones, to his friends, comrades and colleagues. Many generations that he's mentored, that he worked with, will remember him for that commitment towards service, his integrity, and above all, a great South African patriot. So our condolences again to the family and to all of us who has worked with Comrade PG. May his soul rest in peace.
It certainly is a very difficult time for the family, and of course asking for their privacy during this particular time as they mourn and remember the life of the struggle icon. But if there's one thing that his legacy will stand for, perhaps from your perspective, you can describe that for us. We know his rich background, we know his contribution and literal life dedication to the movement and cause of South Africa. But that legacy, what would you say it is?
I think that the legacy for me is twofold. Firstly, the legacy of service. Comrade PG, as we affectionately known him, I knew him since the 1980s, and he's always been very dedicated to freedom and the cause of freedom, and prepared to make the personal sacrifices. And similarly, after 1994, he never rested a moment to work for building a better South Africa and the South Africa that he fought for. So that's the one issue. A history and a life of service, and that's why in the end he said to his family he has no regrets. He's made his contribution. But I think also secondly his commitment towards building institutions and solving problems. So he did that in local government, he did that in SARS, he did that in public enterprises, and indeed if one look at the turnaround that we beginning to see in our public enterprises is largely due to the hard work that he has put into it. So a person that's very much focused on problem solving and making sure that whatever solution comes to the fore that he implements are in the interests of the country and in the interests of the people.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Fébé Potgieter-Gqubule, sharing and weighing in on the legacy of the late Pravin Gordhan.